Hey, so this is part 2 of the series that I'm doing on what I guess I'm calling the ease of economic improvement for Gen Z. I don't know. Um, so what I want to talk to you about in this video, the last video, if you missed it, we talked about enabling and engagement. In this video, we're going to start out by talking about extrinsic motivation or external rewards. And so being extrinsically motivated isn't necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. However, if you're a parent or an employer or a teacher and you're relying solely on external rewards to motivate the students or the employees, then you create what can sometimes be called the overjustification effect. And that is when the value of the reward decreases over time if it's given too often, if it's given too much. So, you can think about that like, just think about something like ice cream. And if you eat ice cream every single day, then it's not something special. If you only eat ice cream once a month, then it's kind of a big deal. It's a treat. It's something you look forward to. It's something you might even be able to, willing to work for. I'll just share a quick example with you. When I worked in sales, I sold software to architects, engineers, and construction managers. And that was really my first full-time sales job. Sales had been a component of different things, but I'd never done just sales. So I was green. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was very motivated to earn great commissions at that time in my life because I needed the money. So, and also I really just enjoy accomplishing a goal. I get motivated by seeing that I've excelled. So one thing that I did was my boss came to me and said, okay, I see that you guys hit this goal. You hit like 95% or something last month. What would it take to get you to 100% or over 100? And I said, cupcakes. He was like, what? And I said, yeah, like if you would buy me like cupcakes on Kavanaugh, which were these really like organic, fabulous cupcakes, at the end of the month, if we reach our goal, then I'd be totally motivated. Like it would motivate me more than I'm motivated now. He was like, okay, that's easy and cheap. So I just share that with you because it's not just Gen Z who's externally motivated or extrinsically motivated, but all of us can be at different times. And at that point in my life and in that specific job, it worked. That extrinsic motivation was fine. It wasn't given too much or too often. It was still special. And so it was effective. So I want you to think about when you're working with your Gen Z employees, interns, if you have a small business and you hire a lot of high school students or something, how are you rewarding your employees? Like, are you setting up a system that's solely based on extrinsic motivation? Because if you are, you may fall into that trap of the overjustification effect of I'm giving the reward so often that there's no perceived value in it anymore. And I think that this is one of the reasons that we're seeing the problems that we're seeing in the workplace of we have all these jobs available and nobody wants to do them. Well, a lot of people now, especially Gen Z, and some millennials are, because of the way that things have changed over time, are just very extrinsically motivated. We created this problem. It's not the student's problem, it's our problem. So we're the ones who have to fix it. And so doing things to focus more on, take a step back instead of offering physical external rewards, then look at the psychological extrinsic motivators. And, that's just taking a step back. It's still extrinsic, but at least it's getting closer to talking about the value and the good that you're doing and the way that you collaborate with your teammates. Also, you can really make sure that you are showing appreciation, and it doesn't have to be with physical things, but by building that rapport and that relationship, by praising and by sharing about those accomplishments with others, whether it's on social media or within like at a company meeting, those things go a long way in motivating people, and it doesn't cost your company anything. And I think that can kind of help you turn a corner. So the other E that I'll briefly touch on is expectations. And if your students or employees have really unrealistic expectations, about what they're going to get in the workplace, then it's a problem for you. And so the solution is not to meet those unrealistic expectations, just give them what they want. The solution is to back up and just be a realistic workplace and show, well, this is what you get. If you do this much work, you get this much. If we back it up further to parents, this is where it really starts. If we as parents of Gen Z students or children, teens, if we as parents will start setting realistic expectations for our children, not enabling them, and not providing so many external rewards that they lose their value, then we can really help employers later on. We can help our kids succeed later on and show them that if they participate, if they do a great job, then they get intrinsically rewarded, whether that's spiritually, emotionally, mentally. I hope that these 2 videos have helped you to at least get you to start thinking about some of the factors related to some of the problems that we're facing with the job market and with a lack of applicants. And maybe if you're an employer or a teacher or a parent, you can take away something, even just one thing that you can try to apply. If you want help with teaching soft skills to your Gen Z students, college students, graduates, entry-level employees, you can reach out to me at BethanyWallaceCo.com.